back, and I'm talking again about my brother. Um, Mentioned him before. This video is going to probably showcase a lot of his bad or quirky sides. So I'm making the preface here that I mentioned before, my brother is probably one of the smartest people I've met. Sometimes can be very well-rounded. When it comes to the women, he gets a little cloudy, but that's something. But this is a more fun video about just the relationship we had and the fun things that we've done growing up and stuff. Probably part one is what it's going to be because there's a lot. But for just like the dynamic of us, for a very long time now, it's always been like the kind of like a Stewie and Brian, where I'm like a mischievous Stewie and my brother is like a kind of worn out Brian, just like, but he still like laughs at my jokes and whatever. But like, like the dynamic is kind of that of like, hey, Noah, my brother, do you think if I pulled over, like, would you protect me if I pulled over and punched that guy in the wiener? And then he says, no, Si, I don't think I would. And then we laugh, or, something like that. So I guess that's kind of my favorite thing to do, is to act cheeky and to, like, I don't know, be myself and then wear him out a little bit, which is funny. It sounds mean when I say it like that, but I mean, I'm pretty sure he likes it. A couple days ago, a couple weeks ago, I made the video about the relationship, and things weren't going very well then. They're still kind of cooked a little bit with us, but the girlfriend of his did like send me a free Snapchat Plus thing, which I think is like a showing of goodwill or something. I don't know, but I was happy about it. And, I still talk to my brother. It's not the same. Things haven't really been the same. Excuse me. Don't know what's up. But I'm trying to think of a bunch of pranks or things like that I've done. I've done a lot of really stupid stuff growing up. My most famous in the family would be that one time he had a girlfriend. We were both very young. He was in like 7th grade and I was even younger than that. And I knew he had a girlfriend. He was texting, so I took his phone. It was like this little blue, tiny little phone and it could like slide and then there'd be a keypad. But I took it when he was, this was a different time. The phones weren't like an extension of our body. So, he would just leave the phone wherever. And I just swapped the names between my name and his girlfriend's name. So I was texting him with the name of his girlfriend, and I was just like, by the way, I just want you to know you're an idiot and stuff like that. And this was like also before, you have like a long conversation history. I don't know if I'm like talking to a bunch of, I don't know how old the people that watch this are, but there was no such thing as conversation history. You had to look at each individual text and it would tell you who it's from. So nobody did that. And so yeah, he was none the wiser, but it turned out that he was just like self-roasting right before I did that. So when I said that, I was like, when I said, oh, you're an idiot, it was like a normal and natural reaction, so it didn't devastate him like I wanted. But yeah, he found it out pretty much instantly, and we all had a good laugh, yada yada. I'm gonna play a video real quick for the Outlast trials. We played the first 2 games. They've always been like my cup of tea, really, Outlast. I've done some insane, pun intended, things on that game, finishing the entirety of both games without changing batteries on the hardest one. Like, I played a lot of the games. And so Outlast Trials came out, and I was showing him the ropes, and I just like decided to lie to him about something. So I'm gonna play that. I think there's items in that locker. Oh, in there.
What the fuck? Oh my god! Jesus.
That always gets me. He's always very stern, very like more so nowadays. But like, you know, there's no real bite to it. He's not actually like, it's hard to explain this dynamic that we've cultivated over, 25 years pretty much. But things like that, the Outlast video, are just so funny to me. He actually has a big problem getting really angry at video games, which is something I don't really share with him. I just have fun playing the games, I guess. Like, but when we do like Call of Duty matches, I mean, like, he's broken controllers, which is crazy because, like I said before, he's like a very intelligent person. He's a teacher, like when you think of like your high school teacher, you don't think of him smashing a controller on the ground and like breaking the buttons out of it because people move too fast in COD or whatever. But I mean, he hasn't done that kind of thing in a very long time, but he just gets so defeated and so like angry. And every time anything happens in the game, good or bad, if we win, the game is so dumb for being designed like this. We should never have been able to pull that off. It's stupid. And if we lose, it's the same thing, but it's like a variable basically. It gets a little annoying, especially because like he likes For Honor. Apologies to For Honor fans out there, but no, I don't like that game. We still play it sometimes though, because that's like all we have left. He is like barred off all my favorite games like Halo Wars and Star Wars Battlefront 2, and then other games that I like Viva Pinata, which is a blast from the past. He just doesn't have interest in. So we have very few games that we can still play that he hasn't barred off. But besides that, things are okay. We used to do a lot of dumb stuff also as like bored kids, and my dad was like passed out drunk or whatever. We had this book. It was like it was the 10th anniversary Pokedex Pokemon book, and it was like gens 1 through 3, and on the cover it just had all of them Pokemon like mashed, so you could, I don't know, and we would just play like I Spy, which Pokemon do you see, and we'd have to like find it. Some of them were really hard. Like I remember Ninjask on that book literally was all cut except for just a tiny bit of the wing, and he was like, okay, I see Ninjask, where is it? And it took me a very, very long time to find it, and I don't even remember if I did or if he showed me, but oh man, there are so many stories. That's why it's gonna be part 1. Let's see. Well, besides like getting angry at video games and stuff like that, this thing, I desensitize him to stuff. I'm laughing too much. This is horrible, and the only reason I'm going to say this is because I know that it has a happy ending, and I knew that from the start. But there was this guy who his house was robbed. It was a very like viral YouTube video. His house was robbed, and they took all of his Legos. And English isn't his first language and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like this is like cancelable a little bit, but I'm gonna journey forward and see what happens, because I knew that everything went well for him, and I knew that, like if I didn't know that, like if this man was just SOL, like I wouldn't have had this reaction. So the first time I watched it, I was very heartbroken. I actually think I got emotional, but then I don't know why I do this, but I'll just like try to soften my brother up to the point where like it annoys him. So I just started like quoting this video whenever like what I mentioned before, Halo Wars. If you would like destroy my base or something like that, I would just like start monologuing about the Legos and stuff like that were in my base, and I'm not proud of it, but I would do like the accent and stuff. And by the end of it, my brother would be like, that guy he annoys me so much, I hate you. I hate you. Though he also knows that he received, I forgot to mention, he received thousands and thousands of dollars of donations, Lego sets mailed to him. Like, there's a very happy ending for that, and I'm happy for him, and I wouldn't be poking at it if it wasn't like that. But so that's what I do. We'd play games or whatever, and my brother, I would say, oh my God, my Legos, like, and I'm not gonna do the accent anymore because that's not good. But and I don't know. At first he was like, that's really messed up that you're making fun of him for that, even if it went well, and I would agree. But then I would do it so much that he would just be like, okay, all right, I'm starting to hate this guy just from me doing that. That's like my favorite trope in my relationship with my brother, I guess. I don't know if that's the most accurate word, but he's not that much of a prankster himself, though. He was with his friends one time at a movie theater, and he had a Motorola phone projector, which is crazy. It's just like a little device that connects to the back of your phone, and then it projects whatever you want onto a wall. And since it was the movie hadn't started yet. My friends, the light was off and it was dark, and my friends wanted him to put, I'll just say, SpongeBob X Squidward art on the projector and like blast it on the movie theater wall. And he was gonna do it, but then we all decided, we'd probably get kicked out of the movies for that, so that was scrapped. But like, he's still willing to do pranks and stuff like that, but yeah, it's more or less me that does the pranking, and that's kind of how I like it. Like, the most famous in my friend group now would be like, I'll just think of some, I don't know, like, name that I think is dumb or something like that, and I'll just be like, hey Noah, what would you do if my name was just turned into like Norbert or something like that? And then he just takes all the fun out of it, and he goes, also, I guess then your name would be Norbert. And that always gets a kick out of my friends, because I don't know why I even ask that. It's just funny. I feel like, I don't know, this is probably gonna look a little weird or dumb to people watching this, but this is more, I guess, just like a journaling of the things I miss a lot today. And that's, I don't know, I wish I could have those days back, but meh. Oh yeah, I'm thinking about putting a Discord server. I don't know, I might check the comments, I guess. If you're watching this and you want to get to know me, check the comments for a Discord server. I'll see if I can get one going. If not, I failed. But my Instagram is still up. I will put that in the comments so you can find me there. And if you want to talk, I would love that. I'm usually up super late, so if you get lonely at night, hi. I swear I'm more hinged than I am online, or on YouTube at least. But yeah, shoot me a message or whatever. There is a very nice person in my comments today, making me happy, getting my tail all wagging, saying they like my hair. So I hope it looks good today too. I was thinking about doing like a ponytail. It looks really good when I do like a really short one, and it kind of, I like it. It's like messy, but I don't know where my hair tie went. But I have like a hair tie with a little cat on it that dangles. It's cute. Anyway, say hello to me. Tell me a story. Anything. Subscribe.